Hello everybody! In today's video, Dandi came and visited the temple to kind of, well, first learn more about the gods and goddesses and get some information, but to also confront Firefly about her poor choices. Um, if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It means a ton. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Dandi, I really can't do this right now. What do you want?
I want a couple things, to be honest. So, number one, I will say again, just because I have to express it, no harm is going to come to you, or blah, 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 blah. Like, basically, I want to know if since you have a lot of books and it's a temple and you probably have a lot of knowledge and stuff, do you have any extra books you could make copies of? I'm kind of trying to, like, build a little bit of a library.
I guess so. You're not gonna do anything bad with them, right?
No, I'm just trying to make a resource center for people who, might not have been able to get access to knowledge from like some reason or another. Like it'd just be
Yeah,
nice for people to.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can work on making copies for you. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh,
You said you had multiple reasons you were here?
yeah, that was one of two. Why do you seem so guilty?
What? No, I'm not guilty. Bunny just recently came back. That's why I'm so distracted.
It had nothing to do with, you being alone with Bumble mysteriously dying.
That was not my fault. Bumble slipped. It was, it was a complete accident.
There was a ladder, or at least last time I was there was a ladder leading into that
I
pond, and there were no holes left in the fish pond when Swamp and I went to check it out.
Well, Swamp had probably repaired it or something and forgot.
Hmm.
Why do you care anyway? It's not like you're some saint of the century.
No, not really, but I have my own reasons to be concerned for Swamp at the moment, and I'm just trying to figure out what happened so I can best help her.
Yeah, well, it was an accident, and that's all I have to say about it. I didn't do anything wrong.
I think there's more you could say about it.
You're.
It'd be nice to let it off your chest. I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? You tell me what happened and I tell someone else. Who they're gonna believe, you or me?
How close are you with Swampette?
They were extremely close yet, but we did have a bonding moment. We're on good terms, and I'm just trying to help her.
Yeah, well, Swampette's a child and doesn't realize that. I mean, you took over Swampette's kingdom. That doesn't. Why would
Yeah, but
Swampette
I
be your
gave it
friend?
back. I gave it back.
Okay, well, that doesn't make it any better. I tried to save Bumble. I did. I really did, but I didn't know about the ladder.
All right. One moment, please. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
You can come in if you're quiet. Sorry,
That's fine.
that was a mistake. Okay, whatever. But anyway, why don't we take a walk or something together?
Okay, well, I have a garden that we can walk around.
All right. Better places any?
What did you exactly? I mean, I don't know really what much there's more to say. I mean, there's. I even made a gravestone for Bumble. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I made a gravestone for Bumble because I feel bad about the accident. I tried to help, but I'm not a very strong swimmer, so there was nothing I could really do.
All you had to do is really place down a ladder, break a bit of glass. I
Yeah,
was
well, It was a high stress situation. I wasn't thinking properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
What do you
this
mean you were?
is um well, when
Doesn't
someone
Bumble
just slips
always
into
carry
water
around
and starts
water?
drowning, you freak out. So you don't think straight.
Wouldn't Bumble be able to swim up back into the hole and get some air? Look, I don't like dislike you or anything like that, Firefly. Like, let me just get that straight. But the whole thing seems a little suspicious. And coming from someone who has killed people and has felt bad about it,
Okay, you want to know the
has
truth?
sealed within
You
your
want to know the
lives.
truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe it was a little bit my fault, okay? But I did it for a good reason.
What was
Sort
that
of.
reason? What was the reason for
Well,
killing someone and leaving a
I
14-year-old in charge?
I did not kill Bumble. I did not kill Bumble. I may have slightly caused Bumble's drowning, but it was I didn't kill her.
Okay, how'd you cause the drowning?
Okay, well, me and Bumble were having a little chit chat, right? And Bumble
Mm-hmm.
brought up that she couldn't breathe underwater. Her gills were broken. So
All right.
I and traditionally the queen of the ocean kingdom can breathe underwater, and I thought if Bumble tried hard enough, they would awaken their underwater breathing skills. So Bumble tried to prove to me that they could not breathe underwater, and I covered up the glass.
So you didn't listen to Bumble, and now Bumble's dead.
No, but it was fine. It was supposed to be fine because Bumble was going to awaken their skills. It was supposed to be okay.
Did Bumble, let me get this straight. So Bumble clearly told you, as she's even told me this, that her gills do not work underwater. So your solution to that was trapping her underwater and letting her drown.
Well, it was. I mean, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I look. I don't know how to. I was raised by Bunny, right? And so
Mhm.
technically, if Bunny was here, it would have been. It's not my fault because if Bunny was here, they would have stopped me. I'm not supposed to be doing things by myself. It's I'm only 17 and I've been raised practically by someone like an year older than me my entire life. So it's bad upbringing. It's not my fault.
Upbringing has nothing to do with the fact that you let someone drown. Look, I had no
You don't get to
one in
lecture
my
me.
upbringing. What?
You don't get to lecture me. You killed Leah and Iveen. That's not. You're not
Yeah,
any better than I am.
but I listened to
Actually,
Bumble.
you know, I am better than you because I did
I
it for the goodness of the Ocean Kingdom. You did it just. I don't even know why you did that.
I did it because I thought that because I was misinformed and thought that the new Ocean Kingdom was still had the same practices as the old Ocean Kingdom. I was doing it to protect people.
Well, I was misinformed about what's right and wrong. So that's not my fault. That's Bunny's fault for.
I again, I listened to Bumble. I have no real communication skills, and I knew enough to listen to Bumble, hear her out on as to why I should give back the kingdom that I took over, and because I listened, I realized my mistake
Okay,
and
well,
gave
Bumble
it
hasn't
back.
really
When
been.
Leah and Iveen were in prison, they didn't. I tried to make the situation more comfortable for them, at least in the beginning. Even they just put it aside.
Oh wait,
Listening to
when were they
people
in prison? I don't.
after the ball.
No. But you killed them.
Yeah, they killed them. They went to the prison, and then eventually they escaped.
You kept their corpses in. You're so strange, Dandy. I don't.
Not their corpses. They're alive. They were alive. they died and then they came back to life. It's like,
Doesn't make any sense.
it's a
You're
common
insane.
thing.
You're absolutely insane. I don't even know why I'm listening to you talk about.
Would you like to go to the prison? Would you like me to prove that their corpses were never in there?
I don't really want to see. That place probably smells terrible.
It doesn't smell terrible because there were never any corpses in it. The only reason it smells like blood is because of Ash's little stunt she pulled.
Wait. So if they come back, then Bumble's gonna come back, so it's fine. I didn't do anything wrong, see?
The thing is, Leah and Irene came back almost immediately, and Bumble still isn't back.
Well, that's not my fault.
Look, you're not any better than I am. You let someone drown. I can say that every time I've killed someone, I've made it as quick and painless as possible. Drowning, I can't even imagine that kind of death.
I didn't. Yeah, you planned for Irene and Leah to die. I didn't plan for Bumble to die. So.
Yeah, but you watched. It takes a couple minutes for people to drown. That's enough reaction time to break some glass or, like...
Bumble just wasn't trying hard enough. And, you know, Swampette will be a great queen. I mean, Swampette can...
Swampette was lying in her room, depressed, not having gotten up in days.
She'll get over it. My mother died recently, and I got over it just fine.
Look... My daughter died recently. My best friend died recently. And yet I still listen to people and don't let them drown.
I didn't do anything wrong. So I don't really care for your opinion on whether I'm a good person or not.
I'm not saying you're a purely horrible person or anything like that. I'm just saying, again, you seem to have a little bit of a problem, you know, listening to people and just sticking to your traditions, which I know, based on my stuff, sounds a little hypocritical, but you're only gonna learn, like, if what you think is right or whatever in this world is if you listen to other people, see their perspectives, and just make sure you get the facts straight. And
yeah, the thing is, I think I'll just... I like reading about the world. People are messy, and I don't like learning about the world through people. It's not a very valuable source.
I think it's the most valuable source of all.
Yeah, well, I guess we have differing opinions.
Explain. I was really raised by this one book on people and how they lived and whatever, but it did not prepare me in the slightest on what people are actually like. I had all these set personalities for different types of people. Then when I actually got to see other people in the world, it wasn't anything like I was expecting. Books are great. They hold very true, very valuable information, but there's only so much you can write down.
Yeah, well, books have been more reliable. I mean, people are mean, and they're hurtful, and they lie, and I'm a great example. I'm a terrible, I lie sometimes, but I mean, that doesn't make me a bad person, but other people are bad people.
You think you're just why do you think you're exempt from being a bad person?
Well, I don't think I'm exempt from being a bad person. I haven't done anything bad yet, so...
You just let someone drown.
Well, I know, but
Look,
that wasn't my fault, so I died.
Because Bunny wasn't there to watch you.
Right, yes.
So you think that Bunny is responsible for all your actions? Like...
Well, yes.
Do you not see yourself as like do you not see yourself as like a person?
Well, technically I am. I have arms and legs and stuff, but I mean, Bunny's always told me who to be friends with and stuff, so I've become dependent on them. So when I'm left alone for months, bad things happen. which isn't my fault, so...
You remind me so much of myself, but also I disagree with
I
you
am
on so
nothing
many
like
levels.
you.
You're nothing like me.
I haven't overthrown a kingdom, you have. That makes us completely different, and I don't plan on overthrowing a kingdom.
Do you think what do you think my reason was for overthrowing the Ocean Kingdom? I was trying to help people, even if some sacrifices had to be made, but I was trying to help people, keep them from experiencing what I had experienced in that godforsaken old kingdom. Like,
by killing people. Might I add that not even part of the Ocean Kingdom.
Look, I didn't know look, I needed information from them anyway. Ash was a threat, Cog needed to know some stuff about Helianthus. I was going to try to make their prison experience as comfortable as possible. They weren't cooperative, even when it came to me just asking, like, hey, if you don't like this obsidian, I can throw some pictures or something up on the wall or whatever to make your
how
time
kind
here.
of you. So sweet. Decorating their prison. That's so nice of you.
I tried to lead Ash to saving them. Ash killed Cog. It was like... didn't go the way I was expecting it to.
Yeah, well...
But they weren't supposed to stay in there forever. And by putting them in prison, I was trying to lead them to their, happily ever after. I was trying to lead them to their good lives. Everything I've done is to help people.
Well, maybe I did what I did to help people. I tried to help Bumble awaken their other water breathing skills. Because using potions to breathe underwater is synthetic and not necessary. So I was just trying to help Bumble, and now I've helped the Ocean Kingdom have a more suited leader.
Swamp is 14.
Swampette may be 14, but
she's not suited to be a leader. Have you visited her since Bumble died?
No, she doesn't exactly want to see me right now, so...
Again, she's been cooped up in her room for, since she found out about Bumble. I was only just barely able to convince her to get out, walk around, eat, she didn't know how to... She's never really cooked bread before by herself,
And that is things she can learn.
All she had to eat, she didn't have any fruits or vegetables, no semblance of a balanced diet, because she's completely dependent on Bumble, because she's a child. You left a child to take over a kingdom, and that child who was crying about the fact that she might not be able to take care of this kingdom because she's not prepared yet.
Okay,
she doesn't know what she's supposed to be doing. I took over the Ocean Kingdom in hopes that, I'd be making sure that everything was going all right and making sure the people were happy and safe. I had some semblance of what it was like to be a leader. But Swamp doesn't.
Well, technically, you did the similar thing. You took Bumble, and then made Swampette deal with you taking over the kingdom with hostages.
I was trekking in on the Ocean Kingdom, making sure that everything was all right to the best of my abilities. I did not leave Swamp as a leader. I left myself as a leader.
When you take hostages and threaten someone's home, they're forced into becoming a leader. Swampette had to make the decision of whether to let those people die or to give up the Ocean Kingdom. And either way, you killed them and had to and she gave up the Ocean Kingdom anyways. So you did as much harm as I did.
I didn't realize how young Swamp was at the time. At least I can say that you've been around, even just Bunny, you know what it's like to, how old people are probably by appearance a little more than I do. I didn't realize at the time that Swamp was so young, otherwise I would have done it, but I tried not to leave Swamp in that position. We took Bumble in hopes of just taking over the kingdom peacefully without any deaths. There was nothing else we could really do in that situation.
See, nothing ever goes to plan. My plan with Bumble didn't go how I wanted it to, and it ended badly. Just like yours. Your plan didn't go as you wanted, and 2 people died. Only 1 person died in my situation, so technically, it's fine.
Look, I'm not gonna argue and say that I don't regret what I did at the Ocean Kingdom ballroom that day, or that I don't realize what about it was wrong, or what I should have done, or whatever. The fact is, the more I'm concerned is that you didn't listen to Bumble, you let her drown, and knowingly left someone who you knew was a child to like be in charge of this kingdom with, and haven't even visited her yet to make sure everything was going okay.
I haven't gotten the chance. I've been Bunny's been missing, and Bunny finally came home, and then you showed up, and I've just been busy. I haven't had time to visit Swamphead. And they probably don't even want to see me anyway, so I...
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, are you planning on telling Swamp what actually happened at least?
I
wouldn't say yet, but
I
at some
won't
point
yet.
you need to tell them.
I will at some point. I promise.
Look,
Swampette needs good people in their lives, and I can't ruin myself for her. We're friends. And I have to pretend that I didn't do anything wrong so I can be there for them.
Firefly,
Yes.
before you tell Swamp what happened, I want you to talk to me, alright? I'm trying to keep an eye on Swampette too right now. Look, I know. It's weird. I know it sounds suspicious considering I just took over the Ocean Kingdom, and gave it back. It's nothing to do with control or anything like that. I'm worried about Swamp because she is a little kid in a bad position, and I know a lot about that. So just talk to me before you tell Swamp, but you do need to tell Swamp what happened.
I will, just not yet.
Time to be in the right headspace.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Well, it's nice talking to you. For whatever books you're able to give me, I'll send
them in the mail.
A diamond or two each or something, depending on the length.
No, don't worry about paying me.
Okay.
Well, take it as a thank you for not telling Swampette yet.
Alright, well, you have a good night.
You too.